All right, so I'm going to show you how you can start creating check-ins with your dog. The first thing you want to make sure that your dog knows is a marker word or like a clicker. Your dog needs to know that what they just did was correct and that a food reward is coming. So I use the word yes, but you can use any word you want. It just means that that word or sound, if you use a clicker, has to be the predictor to food coming, because I'm not going to be using any verbal cues to tell my dog to check in with me. This is something I want to capture him doing all on his own. Okay, so watch how when I say Y-E-S, he's going to immediately come to me. You can't even see him yet. Yes, here he comes. Good boy. So I wasn't really marking anything there. He wasn't doing anything particularly great. I just wanted you to see so that when he does start to look at me or comes back to me as check-ins, I can mark and reward that, but I'm not actually asking him to do anything. I'm marking the good behaviors or decisions he's making all on his own. So first, make sure you have that. We're gonna work just in this area so you can see. We're gonna start in a small area where he has a chance to sniff, but then not be so distracted so he can actually learn. If I try to go to an area that is super distracting, he's gonna ignore me and I'm not gonna have any of those moments to capture, okay? So I'm just gonna stay in this area. Yes, he's already looking at me, so I'm just gonna mark and reward that. I'm gonna wait till he looks. Yes. Good. Yes. So just kind of building value in being with me, coming near me, not completely ignoring me. Yes. Good job. And so you want to make sure you can do this on leash first. And if you never take it to off leash, that's okay too. Yes. Yes, still looking at me. I'm good with that. Now, Murphy, I don't have to do any of this with. You notice he doesn't even have a leash on. He doesn't even have an e-collar on. He's just one of those dogs that it's motivating for him to be near me just because he has a high pack drive. Not this one. This one has a high prey drive, so I have to build value in being with me in a different way. But for him, it's more internal. So, of course, I'll still reward him for times like that, but I don't need to do it as much with him as I need to do it with my Doberman. Yes, good boy. Yes, good. Yes. All right, now I'm going to show you from this angle. Yes, he looked at me, so I'll mark and reward that. Sorry, buddy, on the floor. And we're just going to walk. Yes. Now, right now, he's doing it a lot because I'm rewarding it every time he does it. As you advance, you don't have to reward every time they check in. And as you go to new territories, they probably won't do it as much. So you'll have to start rewarding intermittently as this becomes a habit. Right now, I want to build this as a habit. This is something that I want him to normally do. So notice how that last one I did not mark and reward, so he immediately went ahead to go, to go do his own thing. So that's how you can start varying it. So I'll ignore this one, but I'll do the next one. Yes, good boy. Okay, and I would work on that for a couple of weeks. We may be getting through this quickly because my dog is familiar with this. Yes. But for a new dog, spend a couple of weeks on this on leash or on a long line. I'm going to give him a little bit more a long line to give him the opportunity to get even further away from me. Yes, good job. I'll let the lead go, give him even more opportunity to get far away from me. Yes, good job, buddy. Stay here and see what he does. Yes, good boy. Keep going. But only let go of that lead when you feel comfortable. Yes. Now I'm going to give him the opportunity to get a little further away from me. I'm going to stay here. Yes, good job, buddy. And he's starting to see this as a game too. Your dog might pick up on this pattern that when I walk away and then I look away and then I look back, I get rewarded. So they're able to learn how to disengage from the environment to engage back with you. So I'll wait here. Yes, good job, buddy. Of course, Murphy, gotta give him one too. Let's go. I'll wait here, nice and distracted. Let's see what he does. Yes, good boy. Gave him 3 pieces for that. Good job, buddy. Yes, nice work. Okay. So once you drop that line, practice that for another few weeks. Again, just because in this video, it's taking me minutes, I would not suggest that. That's because I'm working with a dog who's already familiar with this. For a new dog, spend several weeks on each step. So the first step, you're going to hold the leash. The second step, give a little more leash. The third step, let go of the leash. And when you're ready for the last step, if your dog is e-collar trained, you'll see that in the next clip. You'll work through that indefinitely. I'm gonna wait here, see what he does. Really big distraction over here because there are ducks that have a nest. Yes, good boy, big jackpot for that. So you'll see what I mean. Good job. And Murphy gets one too. Now we're gonna move on to the e-collar. He's got his e-collar on. Now he has more opportunity to get really far away from me. So I'm gonna start in a small area first. And every time he looks at me, comes to me, he gets marked and rewarded for that. Not using any commands, and I'm not even using the e-collar. This is on him just in case, since we are off leash. Yes. So right now he's just following me because he wants the food, which is good. That's a good thing. So I'm gonna start creating a little more distance to encourage him to sniff and then check in with me, because if that's what I'm trying to work on, I need him to actually get distracted. It's too smart. He's in work mode, you can see that. So we're gonna take it out in there where he has more of an opportunity to sniff around. Let's go. Good boy. Okay, so now I'll wait if he turns around or stops or comes to me. I'll mark and reward that. Yes. Yes. Let's go. Yes. Come on. Now you're just staring at me. I know, that's a good boy. Good, now that he's actually gotten further away from me, I'll mark and reward that. Yes. 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 Free. I'll wait here. And let's see what happens. Nice and distracted. See if he makes a good decision. Yes, good boy. And I marked the moment he looked. I didn't mark the moment he came here. I need to create a habit of coming back to me, so I have to actually make that happen. Whether he was about to come back to me or not, I'm not sure. but I marked and rewarded him just for looking at me or looking for me. Let's go. Okay, we'll practice again. So I'll either mark and reward if he looks back at me or heads towards me. I'm gonna stop here. Did not, so I'll wait. Gotta be really patient. Don't do anything to try and encourage him to do it. We're trying to capture those moments he's doing it on his own. Yes! So again, just mark the fact that he looked at me. Okay, sorry about that. And this is why I don't need to do it with Murphy. He just walks with me, next to me the entire time. Okay, there's my boy. I'm gonna stand here and just wait to see what he does. If you find that your dog is not looking at you and coming to you once they're off leash, then you need to go back to being on leash. He's not allowed in that area. Ah! Good boy. Yes, good boy. Nice job. So here's the biggest reason. Remember, Murphy has a high pack drive, so it's very motivating for him, for survival reasons, to stay with me. He has a very low pack drive, therefore he does not feel the need to be with me in order to be secure and safe. So I have to create motivation in a different way. For him, I don't have to, because it's motivating to be with me, to be safe and not die. For him, it's not. So I have to give a different form of motivation. So every dog is very different in how you approach what you decide to train with them on. Yes, good job. So I have to help him create this habit of looking at me, coming to me, looking for me, and not just leaving me in his dust. It's not that he doesn't love me, it's just he genuinely is so confident on his own. Yes, good boy. And that's okay, but that just means I have more training to do with him than with him. Oh, it's also great to work on check-ins when you are stationary. So I'll show you what I mean. Free. I'll wait till he looks back at me or comes back to me and mark and reward that. Yes. I'll throw that piece nice and far to get him away. Yes. Okay. Now I'll ignore him for a bit. Hi, Murphy. Murphy gets a piece just for laying down. But Lincoln I'm going to ignore for a bit, let him wait to give me some distance, and then come back and check in with me. Because these parts are easy for him, staying here. Free, go. I usually, free is a release word, by the way. It means you can go do what you want. So because he still wanted to lay there, I had to use a command such as go, so he would actually go. But he still didn't really. Go. You're so funny. So as you can see, he has already built this habit of seeing the value of hanging around me. But with a newer dog, they would likely walk around a bit, sniff around a bit. And this isn't a brand new territory for him. We've been here for a few days. We're on vacation. So it's not as exciting and overstimulating as it might have been day one. So practicing in new locations, he probably would be more willing to walk away and sniff. So to encourage him to go further, I'm going to toss a piece really far. Murphy, you're just being a good old boy. Okay, so go boy. So I'll capture him when he goes further away, and I'll show you. There we go. He just walked away. See what he does. Even if he looks at me, I'm gonna mark. Yes! Good boy. Nice job. Because after I mark and reward, he's gonna build a habit of coming to me anyway. So it's okay to just do it when he looks at you. Good job, buddy. All right, he went off again. Let's see what he does. Yes, good job, buddy. All right, here we go again. Let's see what he does. Yes, good job. All right, last one. Yes, good boy. Yes, good boy. And now I'll start marking, rewarding every time he comes to me instead of just looking at me. Yes. Good. Yes. Even something small like that during the learning process anyway. Stand here and wait. And remember, this is just a learning process, so you're going to be rewarding frequently. Once you're past the training process or the learning process, you do not have to reward this frequently. You do not have to have your dog come and check in on you every 3 seconds. This is just to create the habit. Yes, eventually we want them to enjoy the walk, sniff, come back to you and check in here and there. This will be the last one for our demonstration. Wait to see what he does. I have no idea if he's going to come back to me. Yes, good boy. Thanks for helping me demonstrate, buddy. You were a good boy too.